introduce you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. All that and more coming up next.
No single building has played host to more Super Bowls than this one right here. The Caesars Superdome in the Crescent City of New Orleans. This is Super Bowl 59, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, for our champions of the NFC, this was a battle of attrition this year. It was a tough road to get here, but now they feel like they are battle-tested and ready to go.
And that certainly cannot be overlooked. They've taken everyone's best shot this season, and they've withstood all of them.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. Takes it to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A first carry for Samaje Perine, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Mahomes now to throw. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They go play action with Hurts. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
A first down carry for Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. Play action. Here's Hurts. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And a short gain down to about the 33. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Wide open receiver complete.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing is Hurts.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Dancing to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts,
a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott.
He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. It's Barkley on the counter. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long.
They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 20, here's 2nd down at a yard. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
2nd and 10.
Now here's Mahomes. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a 1st down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Slot man moves right.
They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
2nd and 7. Pacheco gets it up the gut.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 7, and they pick up the 1st.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Here's Mahomes to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now Mahomes. Throw left side, completion to Rice. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelsey, on the touchdown pass.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told.
And it culminates in a Travis Kelsey touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 2. Hurts. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down.
Barkley, inside handoff. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. 7-all is the score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message.
Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
There's a short one caught by Uzama. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Now a 2nd and 2.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
19 yards for Saquon Barkley.
And the Eagles have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Elliott on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
He's got it to the 43 here.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
This is 2nd and 8.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That'll be caught by Rice. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Mahomes now to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Here's Pacheco headed right.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Pacheco once again.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
On play action, it's Mahomes.
And this pass caught by Gray.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to have it here just past the 25.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. They'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had, though, during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runners. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air. Yeah. I've got to slow down the running game.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Michael Dana.
He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Up the middle with Barkley. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and handle it a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
They go play action with Hurts.
He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Throwing is Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here.
Goes right back to Smith again.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as the tackle is made right at the 25-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. Running left, it's Barkley. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Flushed out right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Leo Chanel.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl.
3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles.
Jahan Dotson
from 10 yards out.
And the Eagles continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, now how about this return?
KC's offense ready to take over. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That is caught downfield. It's Worthy.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
And Xavier Worthy,
68 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Butker now to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Eagles offense with Jalen Hurts at the controls, ready for their next possession. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Hurts.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Leo Chanel
in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Hurts.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Rice. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now here's Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw, it's Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one complete to Smith. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. A first down carry for Barkley. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 34. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Complete. Smith has it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Mahomes going to throw. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Running left to give to Pacheco. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Tackle there by big Jordan Davis.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Rice. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Mahomes. That is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Mahomes now to throw. On the move to his left. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will tie us at 24. That time, a 9-play drive, and it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Here's Hurts to throw.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
You think about the great receivers in the game, what do they have in common? The ability to create separation in their routes. Whether it's a head fake, a sharp cut, selling a different route, the subtle bump, it's a tough skill to teach. And this is well done here to get open and pick up the 1st down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Throwing is Hurts. That one complete down the field to Smith. Through the middle of the field.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
64 yards.
And the Eagles have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Elliott on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And now here comes Kansas City.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They run it with P. Ryan on first down.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That's laid out deep for Rice.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That's a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
And Xavier Worthy,
his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from drawing level.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Butker on for the PAT. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. It's Devontae Smith and the Eagles ready to go on offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
See what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On third down, Barkley. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. That's caught left side by the tight end, Gray.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the Super Bowl.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 9. Up the middle, here's Pirine.
Shifts by him. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3.
They'll look to throw.
Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey.
That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now here's Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Rice. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. Now, there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl. As we get...
And that is caught for a touchdown, Kansas City.
And Xavier Worthy
with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Chiefs have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
And a great example there of just getting the feet in a tough spot. It seems like every year these guys get better at this.
Well, I think the drills get better that they work on, training camp, off-season work, OTAs. But also a lot of these guys have dance backgrounds, ballet backgrounds, and they take that and carry it over to the football field.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they will take a 7-point lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith.
He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
This has 7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Nick Bolton, his second sack of the night. The pressure that time right up the middle, and he was able to wiggle in there pretty easily and get the sack.
Yeah, sometimes you end up getting caught in a little bit of a breakdown about who to block up front, and that creates the gap there, and he took full advantage, got to the quarterback, and finished off the sack.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Finds a tight end in the middle of the field. Just a simple stick route. Decent gain. Doesn't get you a whole lot, but it's pretty reliable, isn't it?
And tough to defend. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Back to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Michael Dana able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Third and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 23. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Rice. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive will take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Again, it's Pacheco.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. No gain on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw, it's Mahomes. That is caught by Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. Now, that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles 1st down as he'll get this up to the 43. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
He delivers another to Goddard, complete.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. This now a 3rd and 4.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
This short throw caught by Goddard.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Over the middle to Smith.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Over the middle here to Brown. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Second down and a yard. Throwing is Hurts.
This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2.
They're going to run it with Barkley.
And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
And out come the Chiefs now.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sacked by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
Well, you could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your third-grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
That is caught downfield. It's Worthy.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Throwing now is Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards that time.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Mahomes to throw. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes finding the talented DeAndre Hopkins. And the Chiefs are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it in practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it.
They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
in need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
They're going to look to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He finds him again, Saquon Barkley.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on second down. Hurts. Got a man. It's Brown. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards. Do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 36, Hurts.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here. From the gun, it's Hurts. That is caught. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
And he's got it.
And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Now 1st and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Oh, he shifts past him. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The Chiefs offense set to go.
And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
They've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Third and 3. They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. Butker's kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Hurts and the Eagles now down by 8. A little over a minute to go. And they have to have a touchdown to level this Super Bowl as they come up on first down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Tershawn Wharton in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
Back to throw. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Oh, what a play, but he couldn't get out of bounds. And you've got no timeouts. They've got to get to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness.
Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA.